believe we are live.
Sweet. Let me do this.
Oh, I got the notification.
Hello, hello. Welcome, guys. Red Bremer, Balthor, Early Birds.
Hello, everyone.
Sir H, I see you there too. So yeah, welcome to this month's dev stream, I suppose. We've got quite a bit to go over this month. It's kind of a packed month. So I guess the first thing we want to introduce is Nisa. Nisa, do you want to say anything? What you do at Cells?
Hi, everybody. I am the head writer and researcher at OnCells, which means I do all the research for the new branches. I spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to get around paywalls to read scientific articles. And my other main thing that I do on the game is I do a lot of customer service interactions. So anytime that you email in, there's a solid chance that if someone replies to your email, it's going to be me. So if you ever have any bugs or complaints, or if you were confused by the singularity and freaked out, chances are the person that you talked to about that or yelled at about that was me. And I hope I was able to help. And yeah, that's mostly what I do.
Then, my name's Andrew. I'm the lead game designer and one of the main programmers on the game. So I'm also known as Lunch in some of the Discords.
Yeah, and I'm Bradley, also known as Hype on Discord. I make sure that everything stays not on fire in the Discord and that you're all behaving. But yeah, so I suppose we should go into the new contest for the month.
Oh, I'm Emily.
Emily's.
I'm just a voice in the void today.
Emily is also here. Her camera's not working, but
we didn't get rid of Emily.
She's not being replaced.
Hopefully my camera will be fixed for next month. But yeah, let's move on to the contest. It's gonna be a real fun one. It's called Mammals and Limericks. Do you want to take it away, Nisa?
Yeah, absolutely. So, just to start off, to introduce everything, I have whipped up a limerick of my own. So, a limerick is a kind of verse that causes some poets to curse. Though the rhyme scheme is sticky and writing them's tricky, they'll tell you a sonnet is worse. So, as that sounded, a limerick is a 5-line poem. It uses the A-A-B-B-A rhyme scheme. So the first, second, and fifth lines will have 7 to 10 syllables, while the third and the fourth lines have 5 to 7. So for this contest, we're asking you to write a limerick about any mammal. Doesn't have to be in the game, but you get extra sort of brownie points if it is. We encourage submissions from all languages, even though limericks are usually written in English. And we'd like to set a 3-poem limit per person, so 3 submissions per person. So for this contest, you can submit your limericks either in the limericks channel on our Discord with the Cells Contest tag on Reddit, or with the hashtag #CellToSingularity on Instagram and Twitter. So that's going to be our featured contest. It's going to close on October 2nd, so this is a relatively short one. It's just this month. And for prizes, first place is going to get 2,000 cubes of Darwinium and 1 item of their choice from the Cells merch store.
Yeah, so you can
get
a shirt if you want.
Yeah,
But you also get
coffee
Darwinium.
mug.
Yeah.
I believe we also have flip-flops.
No one's bought those yet.
No one's bought those yet.
Yeah,
Get them while you still can. They're hot. For second place, that winner will get 1,000 Darwinium cubes. And for third place, that winner will get 500 Darwinium cubes. We're also going to be sharing the winning poems on our social media. And we're going to accompany those with 3 unique illustrations that are going to be drawn by different members of our team, including myself, Emily, and one of our other folks who's working on the game, Olga.
Probably Olga.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of Darwinium cubes. So get your pens started. Think about your favorite mammal and start submitting those poems.
Yeah, even if you're not much of a writer, take a crack at it. We'd love to see what all of you have to offer. I'm not very good at writing this form of poem myself, but it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, they can be a lot of fun to write. You just need to sort of Google a rhyming dictionary, and once you've got your animals and your words, you got to just sort of cobble them together. For example, yesterday I wrote one that I will read out to give another example, I guess. So,
sounds good.
A hedgehog is dressed to the nines in a lovely coat made out of spines. This fashion pioneer will give you a sneer if you compare him to Porcupine. They're pretty goofy. There's a lot of room to be silly and to have fun here, so be as wacky as you want.
We also challenge you to try and rhyme something with singularity.
Yeah, that's a challenge. Anyone who's able to do that is the poet master. So
yeah, so it's focused on mammals to preview our upcoming mammal patch. But if you can include stuff about the game in your limericks, that's good. I think someone mentioned we did a haiku contest last year, and so this is kind of a follow up to that. And so, how are we judging the poems? Also, how will that work? We're going to be reading them all.
We're going to be reading them all, and I think a big portion of it will be based on popularity amongst our teammates. If there are ones that we feel definitely stand out, that are memorable to us, we'll be adding all of those into a little pool, and then we'll compare all of them. And I think we can also share some of them on social as well and see how people like those. So if people would like to kind of do a little judging system amongst themselves, let us know.
Yeah, we'll probably look at the upvotes in Discord on the different poems that are submitted.
Yeah, that could be fun. All right. So good luck on all of your writing for the Mammals and Limericks contest. We can't wait to see what you guys come up with. We can move on to the land garden now. I think everyone would be interested in seeing that.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
So this is so we've been we recently renovated the land garden about I think 6 weeks ago. We did a first version of updating the terrain to make room for all the reptiles that were stuck in there, and we also added a lot of mammals to that. And this is kind of the second version of the graphic renovation for that. So this scene here is a bunch of penguins hanging out. They're having a penguin disco, and you'll notice the colors are more vibrant. So one problem we had with the first version, it was just kind of drab. The colors were all kind of washed out, and so we had to do a different technique on the graphics. We added gradients to a lot of the larger planes. So where the penguins are standing on the floor there's a subtle color gradient that makes it feel like there's a lot more depth in the world. The other thing, one of the technical challenges we have for this land garden is we wanted to have as many animals as possible in this world. So I think we have it's probably over 140 different animals at the same time. They're not all different animals, but there's different animal bodies, and each one is animated and moving around. So they get really expensive to run on your phone. And on cells, we're always really conscious of keeping the performance as smooth as possible. So our head designer, he's using a technique where we don't use any lighting. Instead of in the dinosaurs, you'll notice there's shadows that come down, and there's shadows on the animals themselves, the dinosaurs. But in the land garden, it's actually all painted on the texture. So it's if you look at that deer right now, there's not shadows on the bottom of the deer. It's just like his whole body is like basically colored or something. So the surface color is the color, not the shadow, if that makes sense. And to end all that, basically that allows us to run the game really fast, because shadows in video games are expensive because they have to like render the light on things. But since we're not using shadows, we can put more animals in the garden and do more stuff with it.
Yeah, I really like the colors. They're super vibrant in this in these screenshots, especially the water.
The I think actually the colors off of that water that screen. So then the garden's going to be it'll be very similar to how it is now. So it's split up into 4 different seasons. You have kind of different biomes. There's like a tundra with the penguins. Then there is almost a savanna, like borderline desert area. There's kind of like a kind of English meadow vibe, and then there is kind of early Earth, where the reptiles start, or the early tetrapods come out of the water. So each one of those sections is still there, but the overall graphics in that space are updated.
And new trees. Don't forget the new trees.
Yeah, look at those trees.
Eventually,
the
trees are definitely an improvement.
Oh, that shot looks good. Yeah, we got into. I'm a little on the fence about the trees because we really want everything to be upgraded on the tree of life. So plants are not in the game yet, and eventually we do want to stick plants in the game. So if we did add plants, does that mean we have to like remove the plants from this garden and then kind of populate them as you unlock them? I definitely think that would be cool to like unlock a tree and then it pops into the world, but that we just don't have plants in the game yet, so we have to wait.
Yeah, we've done some preliminary work on plant expansion, but it's something that's definitely lower priority, especially when it comes to stuff like the Beyond. So we're probably going to not be working on that for a while, but it is something that we'd really like to do at some point.
Yeah, in this update, so that garden is going to be in the next update, but there won't be this. We're doing 2 phases. It's like the first phase is get the garden out, and the second phase is actually getting all these mammals on the tree with the research. So, what's this image we're looking at here?
This is just a sneak peek of what the mammals will look like on the tree. I didn't include everything because we want some elements of surprise. But as you can see, we're branching off and making the mammals a little more specific on the tree. I don't know if you want to talk about it at all, Nisa, because I know you headed all the research on this, and this wouldn't be possible without you.
Oh, yeah, so it's basically, we played around with a lot of different ways to structure the mammal tree. We've been wanting to add more advanced animal kingdom stuff into the game for a long time, and since we added the reptiles and the birds coming off of the Mesozoic Valley, we realized this was going to be a really good logical next step, especially as we were also taking the time to revamp the entire land garden and add in a whole bunch of sort of more diverse animals. So I played around with a lot of different ways to structure this. There was a lot of research into sort of phylogeny and genetics that went on that got really complicated. And I made like a whole tree for the animals that ended up actually not being fun at all and was kind of boring. So I ended up having to redo the entire thing and restructure everything so that it was a little more based on traits like the rest of the tree. And one of my top priorities was also just maintaining the accuracy of everything and keeping it fun and keeping it interesting. So it took a couple of different drafts to get this all ready, but now after a whole bunch of work from everybody on the programming end, figuring out where everything goes, one of our designers, Ryan, spent a ton of time making sure that this actually looked good in the game and everything is priced correctly and everything works right. And now it's in the game and it looks really awesome, and I'm super excited to share it with everybody.
Yeah, people are asking in the picture. There's the giant floating Darwinium cubes. So those are like the temporary 3D model. So when we set up the tree in the game, we have like placeholders, And so those are the placeholders for the generator and trophy nodes. So for each node, we have to put a different 3D model into there. So Nisa, this was pretty challenging. Kind of mammals are a pretty large group of animals, and I guess they're the most prevalent group of animals on the Earth right now. Or no, no, they're not. They're the ones most people like the most.
Yeah, mammals are I figure most popular. Most people, when you ask them what their favorite animal is, don't say a lobster. So you never know. But yeah, because mammals are generally larger. I think we think of them as sort of being more dominant, and there being more of them. In reality, I think that actually insects are some of the most populous groups of animals on the planet currently. But most of them are really tiny, so we don't really think about them as much. And also, they're just things like flies and ants and praying mantises and stuff, whereas lions and tigers and bears, oh my, are a lot more exciting and generally a lot more fun to look at when they're, apex predators and things like that, or the bunnies that you see hopping around in your yard every day, or your pet dog.
But mammals were pretty complicated. So how did you, what was your core way of breaking down the thing? I think there was like 3 major mammal groups.
So there's 3 main groups of mammals. The biggest group is the eutherians, which humans are a part of. Then you've also got the marsupials, which are almost exclusively found in Australia. And then you've got the monotremes, which are the smallest group, which are sort of the mammals that time forgot. And that includes the echidnas and the platypi.
The platypus, yeah. So you guys hear it. We're going to have a platypus in the game.
We are going to have a platypus in the game.
It's going to be a fan favorite, I think.
Perry.
The 3D
Perry the
model
platypus.
is awfully cute. I'm seeing some comments that the stream is lagging. I'm sorry for any technical difficulties. Today has not been my day with that, so if the stream crashes or anything, I'll do my best to fix it. Do you want to talk about something that's near and dear to your heart, Andrew? Something you've been working on tirelessly for a while?
Oh, right. The nanobots or nano friends. So this is to finish. So this is a new boost that we're working on. These guys are called the nanobots. So this is a prototype for the nano buddies or nano friends. Each one of these acts like a little kind of a droid or drone that can help you play the game for you. So when you turn them on, they'll follow you around the game and kind of just do extra work for you. So if you're on the Earth screen, they'll go ahead and tap. If you're in one of the gardens, like the underwater garden, they'll also just hang out with the animals and just tap for you. But if you switch over to the tree, they'll basically just fly around and help you buy stuff on the tree, kind of play for you. And the cool thing about them, so in this video, I think I have like 16 of them, but you'll start off with just 1 or 2 of them, and you'll be able to buy more with metabits, we think. And you'll be able to just continue to buy a bunch of them. I think we're thinking the max is like 16, maybe 24 total nanobots, because there's like a performance cap that we run into, but they'll just fly around. So this is, so we're still trying to figure out what they look like. So they look kind of freaky here with these long legs. We want them to look like drones, but they have like these arms that kind of can buy stuff. So we're still working on the way they look. Yeah. I think last month we showed like an orange cube. So we're still experimenting. This graphic I actually came up with last night, but I don't know. Do you guys like the way they look? Do you think they look too scary? Are they not drony enough? I don't know. Like, go ahead. So someone question about how long it takes for the nanobots to recharge. So I think they'll probably take. So the way they're going to work is, I think every half an hour you'll get 1 nanobot like charge for free. So if you pick up the game and open it, and you haven't played for 30 minutes, you'll get an automatic nanobot charge. And that'll last for like, I think probably about a minute to start, but you'll be able to upgrade it probably to 3 minutes or more using the reality engine tree. Then once they're done flying around, you can either wait to have them charge again, or you can just you can watch an ad or like pay Darwinium to play them right away. But these work different than the normal boosts because you always get a charge after waiting. You don't have to like just like with a lot of our boosts for the shooting star, you have to always pay to watch it. But these you get free every 30 minutes. I don't know. People are saying they like the orange cubes more. What are you gonna do?
I think they're really cute. But if
Jellyfish minion.
Yeah, if people
I also
want the
think they're
orange
really cute.
cubes, maybe we should go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, maybe
Half
we'll
the
throw some
squids.
designs up later this week and see what people are feeling.
Yeah, let's post it on social and get some votes in.
Yeah, the thing with the cubes, we want to give them some personality. Like someone said Minions, like definitely Minions are a great reference, or like the Fall Guys, kind of these generic like characters. So we did want to experiment with having like one eye that these guys might have, and then giving them a little bit of autonomy. So having the generic orange cube, it's also pretty cool. But we wanted to experiment with a little more personality. So we'll see where it goes.
I'm glad to see.
A lot of people really
everyone
like the
seems
orange
to-
one.
Yeah, everyone seems to be pretty excited. Moving on, we also have some fan content to show. I thought this was a pretty funny meme. I have the names. I have the names pulled up. He's smiling. It's the evolved toothpaste.
I love how the toothpaste is just so generic.
Yeah.
It really fits with the space theme. Looks like space food.
But is the game the toothpaste? I don't know. That one confuses me a little bit, but he does have teeth.
Such mature humor. I love it. I have the names around here somewhere, but I know this one is very popular on Discord. Bob Opter has been quite busy making these characters, and they're quite the hit.
Yeah, we really like these. We pulled these from our Discord, and they have done multiple of these, and the community seems to like them, so we wanted to show them off a bit more.
So two abstract concepts have been turned into characters. That's pretty cool.
There are a ton of other illustrations with these characters on Discord as well, so if you're not on the art channel there, you need to check them out.
I guess the perfect Entropy is sort of the perfect poster child for the manic pixie dream girl, I suppose. So
She's got a wand. What's the wand do? Is that the power of entropy? The arrow of time? Like what?
The power of evolution.
Some real Sailor Moon vibes.
I think it's great. Moving on, we also have this really cool chart, I believe, by Random Yoshi Fam on Discord or Reddit. I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to find the list. But it's really cool. It shows like plant life and then how that evolves into like insects which eat the plant life, and how there's just a constant circle of insects eating plants and then that nourishing life on Earth. I think it's a really cool concept.
Yeah, this looks great. Oh, Nisa, looks like this one's all done. Just copy and paste it.
There is actually some overlap between some of the stuff that's on this tree and that would have been appearing in the plant tree that I had started laying out. So not that far off, actually, at all. And another thing that we would love to do at some point in the future is we'd love to have arthropods and insects in the game. So we'll see where the next future takes us, because it would probably be a while before we had anything like that in the game. But it is something that's really cool. And it's the circle of life. Everything's interconnected. If you miss one thing, it's sort of like, oh, we should put that in, shouldn't we? So that's definitely one thing we were feeling with the mammals, was like, but where are the dogs? What if Semblance wants to pet the dogs?
Well, you said dogs, you have them, because Trunk's Mark on Reddit gave us a little chart of if the mammal tree expanded into dogs. And this, I honestly would love this kind of expansion so much because I'm a huge dog person.
Yeah, this one kind of blew me away because each one of the icons is like a custom graphic. So looks like they collected images for all that.
This is really impressive. I'm really blown away by how great they managed to make this look. It looks like it's a real expansion of the game. It's awesome.
They have like a background. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, this is pretty good.
If you could have one breed of dog wandering around in the land garden, what would it be?
Oh, that's a hard question.
I think wolves would fit well, but personally, I don't know. I'd like to see some huskies in there.
Oh yeah, seeing some huskies in the tundra would be cute.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, and we are going to have wolves in the land garden. I think
we already
according,
did, I believe.
Yeah, I think those are in there.
Yeah.
I think the domesticated animals like dogs, cats, and like cows, we're going to save those for the civilization gardens, which we're eventually going to update too. We want to tell the story of how certain animals have like evolved or like become integrated into like human society. So this could be part of that.
Yeah, and dogs are definitely really important to human history. So that's certainly one thing that we'd like to really show, that the way that those are connected.
I don't know how we would do it. It's so detailed. I almost want to like go into like a little mini universe, and then it's like all dog evolution.
Maybe it's a whole separate game.
Yeah. This is accurate? This is the main breeds of dogs? American, Chinese, Wolf, Indian, European? That was even more complicated.
I'm a cat person, so I can't speak to that. But
it looks like
yeah,
a lot of research went into it, so you have
exactly.
props. Well,
yeah, someone is definitely watching the Crufts Dog Show to get all this info.
That's for sure. Well, we love seeing all the fan content, so keep posting on Discord and Reddit. We love seeing your stuff, and chances are it'll be shown in our live stream or on social. So keep it up, guys. Good work. And I know a lot of you are here for the live stream for this part. It's the monthly code.
Everyone's favorite part of the stream.
Woohoo! For 25 Darwinium cubes. All right, are you guys ready? Who am I kidding? Of course you are. Here we go.
I'm ready. Yay, what is it? Wait, maybe. Oh, yeah.
It's Poem. Capitals, all caps. POEM. In celebration of our contest, which we hope you enter, because that's a lot of Darwinium if you win. So, that's Poem.
I love how every week or every month people try to guess the code in the Discord first.
I try to make it hard to guess.
Yeah, people were thinking it was going to be mammals this month, but nope, it is Poem.
Poem. All right. I think you guys get the gist.
Mm-hmm.
Poem.
All caps.
Yeah, so somebody should test that and make sure that works. I'm assuming Ryan tested it.
I did ask Ryan to implement that, so.
Yeah, I believe that should be up and running right now.
Mm-hmm.
That means one of our old codes is going to disappear. So probably finals.
Into the Cell to Singularity Vault.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually we have a wiki page or Wikipedia for the game, and we have a page about codes. So if you are curious and looking for more codes, go to the game strategy guide, the wiki, and you can see all the active codes. And in this stream, I noticed people were talking about like performance issues on CPU. Is it are people having issues with that? They were like it's just running your laptop really fast. We can definitely look into that. We try to keep an eye on the Steam forums, but there might have been something in the last update that kind of makes the CPU really intense.
Is it on PC that this issue is happening?
I don't know. Those two people were asking about it.
Well, they can also ask about it more in our Q&A session.
Oh.
So bring your questions. We'd love to answer them. And now is a good time to ask any questions about our research process as well, because we have Nisa with us today. So if anyone has any questions about that, now's a good time to ask.
Yeah, we usually reserve the end of the stream for a kind of AMA between us. So any questions you have for any of us, feel free to ask them and we will try and answer them.
See? One person asks if the nanorobots have anything to do with the singularity.
Yeah, I think they will be part of the story in some way. We're seeing them as helpers of semblance, because you're kind of playing as this AI, and they're kind of your assistants. So we might work them into the story too.
I think someone also asked when the nanobots will be added to the game.
We're trying to get them into the next update. So this land garden, with the updated land garden and the nanobots, we're trying to get that maybe end of next week or the week after. It's not going to have any mammals in it yet, so the mammals are going to take a little longer because there's a lot of balancing. But I want to get the nanobots in there so people can start testing them and see how they feel. We have to be a little careful with the balancing, because if they're too overpowered, they could break some of the pacing, but we're excited to get them in there.
Deborana asks, can there be an animation when you unlock the tetrapod where it shows it leaving the water?
Yeah, I think so.
It does that now, actually.
Hasn't Olga been working on that animation cycle?
Yeah, I think Olga's been at work on that.
It goes around. It just kind of goes around in the world, and but part of the time it goes in there. I guess they want it to come the moment the animation happens. It like comes out of the water, so you're seeing it leave land.
Well, I know she showed me a little bit of what she was working on, and while the tetrapod is slow because it's just got sprawled limbs and it can't use them very well, she did show me some work that she was doing of showing the tetrapod going in the water and then slowly coming out as well. So it feels like it's part of the world.
People are talking about the new GeForce graphics card. There's like all this like buzz about it because it's supposed to be super powerful. Yes. Yeah. Please play the game with the GeForce 390. That you need RTX to get the best graphic, the ray tracing and cell singularity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When you play with the RTX on, it looks like a Richard Attenborough documentary.
Yeah. It'll be an Ansel Adams photo.
Winged Alpha asks, how is the Beyond come in?
So the Beyond is we're cooking it slowly in the background. This Mammal update was a little bit of we keep getting sidetracked a little bit, but we are focusing on that, and our goal is to get it out before the holidays. So once Mammals are underway, we're going to start sharing a lot more about that and the process. We'll probably be doing a public beta at some point with the Beyond to get some feedback on that. But we have not we've not forgot about it.
No, we're actively still working on it. I was actually doing a bunch of research for it earlier this week, and planning out some map stuff. So it's something that we're working on right now, and we are trying our hardest to get it out as soon as possible.
Yeah, one issue with the Beyond we're running into is we are having some technical challenges because the main game is like getting so full of stuff. Like this new Land Garden expansion has just a lot of new 3D models and a lot more graphical content. And we're also planning to update the Civilization Gardens too eventually, because those are just like pretty lackluster. But we want to give the same attention and love we're giving to the Animal Garden to the Civ Gardens eventually. But all those different pieces are going to require a lot of like resources and CPU. So the main scene where all this takes place in our Unity game engine is just getting kind of full up. So the Beyond is probably going to be like the Dinosaurs, where it's a separate world that you go into, and then the gameplay for that takes place. But that'll free us up to do a lot of stuff and have a lot of space to do outer space. But if we split up the thing, one issue is like, so a lot of space history is like based on astronomy, like humans discovering the planets, and we already have a really great civilization tree. So do we do the discovery of the planets and stuff on the main civilization tree, or do we have that in the separate scene where the solar system is? Because there's like a lot of information about the planets themselves and their moons, but then we also want to tell the story of like humans discovering planets. So we're not sure where the content's going to go and how it's going to be split up.
Yeah, so that's something that we're prioritizing, trying to figure out right now, because that's going to, hopefully once we have an answer for that, that's going to slot a lot of things into place. So we have a lot of research and planning done. It's sort of just figuring out now how to implement it best in a way that's going to be easy to understand and fun to play and not break everybody's phones.
So someone's asking about the meta. Can you use metabit resources for other things? We are adding some more upgrades to the tree. In the last patch, we reduced the overall maximum boost you could get to 24 hours, where originally it was like infinite. People could just keep like increasing their 2x boost. A lot of people were pretty upset about that, so we are tweaking that in the next patch. You're going to be able to spend metabit upgrades to increase the capacity of your 2x or 4x like overdrive speed. I think the maximum will be like 3 or 4 days that you can upgrade it. Space dinosaur. That's a good idea. Okay. Someone asked, can there be a chance that the asteroid doesn't hit the dinosaurs? Yeah, I think that would be cool. Like, I mean, we're trying to move the story. Every time you prestige, something happens. So it might be nice if like one of the prestiges for the dinosaur semblance is like, oh, hey, by the way, we don't have to hit the dinosaurs with an asteroid. There's another option. It might be good to give options.
Yeah, it's definitely a little tricky, because then you get into sort of the whole branching paths thing, and sort of more speculative evolution potentially, and that could lead to a whole other thing if we were to follow the logic of it. But on the other hand, it's like, I certainly understand why people. We got an email about a month ago from someone who was very, very upset that they had to kill the dinosaurs every time they ranked up, and was asking if we were sadists and why we hated dinosaurs so much. So I kind of understand why people were a little upset. I understand people not wanting to necessarily trigger an extinction event every single time you rank up, but it does kind of create more problems. So yeah, I'm not sure what we do if dinosaurs don't go extinct.
I mean, originally I wanted it to be like a mini game where you picked out the exact dinosaur that would get hit by the asteroid. So it would go directly at like the Archosaur, and then he would like fly off. I thought that would be fun, but
Not Archie, no.
we couldn't do that with all the physics.
Not Archie.
A lot of people are asking about mythical creatures, dragons and mermaids.
I don't know about dragons and mermaids, but it is Halloween's coming up. It'd be fun to do something for October. Throw like maybe Bigfoot in there or the Chupacabra.
Mothman.
Mothman, yeah. I don't know if we'll have time, but we did,
already have Nessie in the game.
Yeah,
technically. We've got the Plesiosaurus.
There, one other thing that's coming in the new patch is there's 2 new secret achievements. So you may have noticed we added a new type of achievement. I think that if you unlock all the sharks, you get a secret achievement for unlocking all the sharks. But in the new patch, there's also 2 new secret achievements for you guys to find and discover. Our plan is to sprinkle these like little hidden Easter eggs around the game. And the secret achievements also pay out Darwinium, so they're extra valuable to find. Oh, yeah, the nanobots look like Halloween.
Someone asked a bit ago how many expansions they should be expecting. How many more do we have left?
I mean, you should. We can link the roadmap to people. Olga, one of the artists on the project, made a really nice roadmap, and that outlines kind of generally what we think we want to get in. Let me see if I can dig up that roadmap. But yeah, we don't have a specific number. We're just kind of going where, like, we know we want to do the space stuff. We know we want to do plants and insects. I mean, the whole mammal thing is kind of taken a while, but mammals are really cool too. So we're kind of meandering towards certain things. So thanks for being patient. We're, the world wasn't built in 7 days. So
Rome was not built in a day as well. I do know that the Beyond will be in a couple phases, and we're thinking about releasing plants sometime after that in 2021, possibly. It's all still a little up in the air, but we're trying to create some kind of a plan so that everyone can have a general idea of when to expect things.
Yeah, let me paste the roadmap in the chat for people. Yeah, but we have a lot. I mean, we have a lot planned. Like, I think for us, the big thing is like, how do we like with Cell Singularity? It's kind of open development. Like, it's the game. We're like, the game's out, but we're working on it. So we have to figure out ways to add more content, but not like mess up the game. So with the Mammal expansion, like it's challenging because how do we add all this stuff to the tree where that gameplay's already been pretty solved? Like the overall like progression curve for the beginning of the game is like pretty tight. But with the mammals, it's like, oh, we got to add all this stuff into the game. So how do you shove it in there and still make it fun and balanced? So it's a little bit of a slower process. And sometimes we have to like tweak things. So one sad thing about the mammals, like, is if you've unlocked a lot of mammals in the garden, when we do the actual mammal patch, those will get like removed from your garden, and then you'll have to unlock them on the tree. So that hopefully people won't be too disappointed, but you'll get to unlock each one specifically. So if you have a lion in your current garden, when we do the mammal patch in probably about 4 weeks, that'll disappear. But then you'll be able to unlock it, and there'll be lots of details about the specific animal. Let's see. Someone's saying about story journal. Yeah, story. We're trying to. There is kind of a story in the game that we're working on, and we're gonna add like the story journal that'll just collect the story. So as you play, occasionally you get pop-ups that tell you bits of the story. Those will be collected in a specific part of the game. So if you miss something, you can go back and read it.
Yeah, and hopefully that'll just build a little bit more on sort of the meta narrative with semblance. Just kind of making that a little bit deeper and adding a little bit more content there.
Yeah, we do have some exciting ideas for the story. So we have big plans for that. But yeah, this is gonna take. it's just gonna take a while, but we're we're excited about making it. So again, thanks for being patient with us. The cool thing about the game, like I know people are really excited about space, but I mean the game's not going anywhere. So once we do finish the stuff, like it'll be in the game, it'll be there to play. So even if like let's say you hibernated for 6 months and then you come out of your hibernation, you're like, oh wow, there's all this content there. It'll be there eventually.
Yeah, we've been working on the story a bit, but I do know the Beyond is definitely a higher priority for us than story right now. The story will come along later down the road.
Yeah, the Beyond is the top priority.
Battle mode in the game.
Yeah, what are they talking about? Would you keep
Do you
battle
want-
mode?
Do you want the dinosaurs to fight with each other?
Yeah, I mean everyone wants that. That's definitely cool. I just played Jurassic Park Battle. What's the game? There's like this one Jurassic Park game that's like all about battling and stuff. I've heard that's pretty good. Yeah, the problem with battle mode is like once you like go down that road, it's like so then you basically have to do the Pokemon style stuff, and it's like it's just a totally different game. So it would be nice, yeah. And also and like then the T-Rex would just like clean up eat everything.
Oh man, like Mesozoic Mania. Ugh.
Yeah.
I think we have time for one or two more questions if there are any left. Anyone has anything burning in the back of their brains?
Yeah, and again, thanks. We appreciate everyone stopping in, tuning into these streams. It's great to show everyone a look into what everyone is working on, and it's really great to hear your feedback. So if you do have feedback, let us know on socials or in our Discord server as well, discord.gg, or I think it's discord.com now. So discord.com/cell2singularity. But yeah, we'd love to hear your feedback.
Yeah, we should show the code again, Emily, if that's possible.
You got it. All right, so for anyone who missed the code earlier, it's POEM, all caps. If you're not sure how to input the code on Steam and Android, you go to the hamburger menu in the top right corner of your game, scroll all the way down to the bottom to redeem code, and you type it in there, and you should be good to go.
Yeah, and yep. So type poem. Emotes. Yeah, we're gonna get Olga to add more emotes to the Discord server. We'll have to add this new characters. And merch. Yeah, we might design some custom merch for this thing. Our merch is getting a little stale, so we'll see what we can do there.
I would really love to see a T-shirt with the crash screen from the Singularity with the little skull.
Yeah, I was actually working on one of those. I was actually designing something. I was thinking like, oh, I created the Singularity, but all I got was this T-shirt kind of thing.
Oh, that's cute.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And then you could have the Singularity head on the back or something.
Yeah, but then I ran into an issue. I was gonna make a print of it, but it's like you can't. You have to print like a minimum of 6 T-shirts or something. So I was hoping just to print like one at a time. But then the colors are really limited. But yeah, maybe we'll experiment with get some better merch there.
Yeah, T-shirts are hard, unfortunately.
But this is the only one we have right now. Actually this one's different than the one on our store because this one just says like evolve. The other one says like sell the Singularity at the bottom, but this one's kind of better actually because it's kind of cooler.
I think I have one of them as well from PAX.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think that's it. We appreciate everyone stopping by. Let us know what you think in the Discords, and I think we should do this next month again.
Yes.
Should be again.
If everything goes according to plan, possibly around October 2nd, we should be streaming October 2nd or October 9th. So keep your eyes peeled on our Twitch account to see when that'll be.
Yeah. So it's just a reminder again that the Limerick contest is going to be closing on October 2nd. So if you do want to submit poems, there's a limit of 3 per person. And if you want to submit them, then you need to do it by then. That's going to be the deadline to get them in.
Yeah, and we'll be posting more details about the contest on social over the weekend.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Stay cellular and have a nice weekend.
Thanks,
See yas.
everyone.
Hi, guys. It was great to talk to you.
Bye.